Hello. Welcome to We Love LA, where we talk about fun, freedom, and fulfillment. Today is Tuesday the 22nd, and my name is Sheena, and I am your host. So every evening, or every Tuesday evening, I always like to give the artist that's playing in the background a shout out. Artist of the week is Submotion Orchestra. Trying to remember, I believe I had stumbled upon them maybe through Pandora, and what I loved about Pandora, whatever genre of the artist that you wanted to hear, it would play basically a lot of other genres or other artists in that same mixture, and I completely fell in love with Submotion Orchestra. So this is who I have playing, so enjoy a little bit. Hi sis, welcome to the call. So this week I'm not going to take up too much of everybody's time. Just a little ramble here and there, and just talk about, what's really been kind of bothering a lot of people. So first, let me just turn this down a little bit. There we go. So we are at the end of September, and I've been kind of noticing that a lot of people have been feeling very agitated, or like, oh my gosh, I need a break. Like, it's just been work nonstop for a lot of people, and a lot of people have made it at their breaking point. I miss you too, sis. Like, come on. We can't let this time go by. So yes, we gotta connect again, sis. I do miss you so much. And it shouldn't just be about your hair. But my sis is on the line, Miss Caramel Complexion. Thank you for tuning in. But yeah, just to kind of touch on the whole, everybody's reaching their breaking point. A lot of people are having a lot of negative thoughts, a lot of negative emotions and feelings, where it's starting to really affect their everyday life. And I would say that I've reached mine. Like, I need a break. So I'm super excited. I am taking me a break. I'm going adios for a few days. So I'll share with you guys, about my little adios adventure. Hey, Miss J, welcome. As a matter of fact, my girl, she just joined the call. I just found out that she started her own piercing and tattoo. I'm not for sure tattoo, but piercing business. So if anybody is looking to get any kind of piercings done, look up my girl, Miss J Love, Miss ms.jay.love, and she can connect you to her business page as well. But I'm all about giving everybody love and shout outs. Hey sis, welcome. Isha, welcome to the call. So yes, just everybody is just going through their situations with work, at home. I mean, just so much. And I was talking to a good friend today that was saying that he kind of had like bad dreams, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, sometimes what we're thinking about so much, it manifests in our dreams. And if there's something that's bothering us, it manifests. So it's not only just our dreams, but it's like, what is it that we are surrounded by? What's the environment? What are the movies or the TV shows, the music that we're listening to that cause this effect for us to feel some type of way? And social media. So I'm gonna give my other homegirl a shout out. My girl Nicole, she did a live just a day ago in regards to this Netflix series, which I literally just watched on Sunday, called The Social Dilemma. And it talked about, strategies on how the algorithms work. It talked about how they collect the data. And, at the end of the day, like, oh my gosh, you would see so much good coming out of the social media, because people have been able to connect with so many people all around the world, find long lost relatives, and so many good things. But then also, look at the social effect that people have nowadays when it comes down to how do people socially interact with each other live. It's very it's awkward now. And I was just talking to a good friend today, and I'm like, I think I'm gonna go on a text cleanse, where for 30 days I'm not accepting or responding to any text messages. I'm not sending out any text messages, and I just want to do straight phone call. Now, what made me think of this was, I remember, when I was in high school, we didn't have cell phones like that. And texting wasn't a big deal until probably, 10, 15 years ago. Texting, you had the phone, you had to hit 5555, wait, then hit 5 again just to get to the next letter. But it's like now we have an actual keyboard where we can type out everything. But reason I'm getting off my rant, but reason I'm talking about that is because the whole social situation where the cell phone, the internet, everything is so instant and it's so microwaved to where people are holding an expectation for you to respond back to them, versus, like I said, when I was in high school 20 years ago, you had to just call the house, and if they answered, they answered. If they didn't, you had to wait and call back. We had patience back then, and I so miss that. And that's the reason why I want to kind of bring it back, because whenever you have that boundary to where you're not trying to be readily available like that unless it's an emergency, now that causes for you to have peace. It causes the communication to be better. It causes for people to have more, better reactions to responsive things and not having their feelings to be hurt. And I think that's the reason why a lot of people are feeling so much energy into a negative way, is because everything has just been so readily available, and everything it's at my hand, I can get it, I can have it shipped to my door, I can put it in the microwave, I can I can call and you respond right back. So it's a whole lot of instant gratification. And because everything is not meant to be instant, a lot of people feel emotionally attacked by not having the instant gratification. And so I really think that this has caused a lot of people to feel some type of way, and I really think that it's caused a lot of people to really just lose control over their own emotions. And so highly recommend to watch The Social Dilemma and sit back and think about a time where you felt good. Think about a time where you actually didn't have a whole lot of stress on you, because I really think a lot of stress is coming from just being fully readily available, and we all can't be available like that. And so yes, in the midst of going on a texting detox, read books, do things that just doesn't allow your phone to put you at work. Find a hobby, work out, just something that doesn't just, that's hard for me to say because I use my phone for everything. I have an app for everything. I have an app to calculate how much water I drink. So, but just to be able to disconnect from the phone and start writing everything down. Hello, welcome, Angel. But yeah, just, go old school. Write things down on paper. Actually use your penmanship. I think that would be a great practice for the new generation, because these kids don't even know how to write and read in cursive. They don't teach it anymore. So get a hobby. One of my new hobbies is these babies. This is beautiful. There you go. See, I had to, let me turn that around. Had to put the gloves on. So I have a new hobby where I'm collecting silver. Welcome, Jonathan. How are you? Welcome to WeluvLa. So, I have these little casings where I put my coins in my little case, which is super cool. Just a little clear case. But this is really cool. This is pretty heavy too. So this is $1 a piece, made out of pure silver, 1 ounce, 9999%, whatever all those nines are supposed to be. But yes, hobbies can be expensive, but if it's actually building assets, then it's not a hobby. So the older you get, just start thinking of different things that you are able to do that's not necessarily going to take money out of your pocket, but it's going to put money in your pocket. So Jonathan just asked me a question. How many coins do I have? So let me finish sliding these babies in here and I will show you how many I have now. So I've actually entered into this challenge, which is called I can't remember what it was called, but the Quicksilver Challenge. Part of the Quicksilver Challenge is that when you end up, hey, what's up, sis? Welcome to WeluvLa. So the Quicksilver Challenge is where in 90 days, if you were to collect 16 silver coins, then the company is going to incentivize you. And the cool part about the company is that for every purchase that you make with the company, they will actually provide sustainable meals for hungry children and families around the world. So this is the company Quicksilver. Thank you for your order. And I love my orders. I love my little white gloves that I get. It just makes it extra fancy. Oh, snap. And then they give you this little board where you can, this little velvet pad where you can put your coins on when you're laying them out so you don't get fingerprints on them. And to answer Jonathan's question, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 10, 12, all right. I have 12 coins. I'm 4 coins away from the challenge. So I thought this was super cool. Yay! I love my little coin collection. I sound like an old man. You know those, what's those Geico commercials? Talking about you're not your dad. Well, I'm for damn sure not my dad, but I do like my little coin collection. And I love my little case that I keep them in. So, safe keepings. And if anybody is really interested in how they can collect some coins too and build some wealth, because again, we talk about fun, freedom, and fulfillment, but having the fulfillment side, we have to understand we have to be healthy, wealthy, and wise. And so these are one of my wealthy shares that I share with you all. So if you want to inquire about how you can collect you some coins, I'll put the link in my in the comments, but it's through Quicksilver, so it's absolutely amazing. And so I'm just grubbing on a couple little caramel corns. But having a hobby is awesome. Have to have an awesome hobby. And I wanted to share this book. It's called Shift Your Thinking, 200 Ways to Improve Your Life. So I found this at one of those, little truck stops that you drive on the road, and then they got like those super interesting books that you're like, oh, that looks interesting. I think I can use that. but it doesn't have any content like a table or whatever. It just jumps right into it, and like, you know, tip 1, tip 2, like, you know, do this and do that. But the one that kind of really just stood out to me in the beginning: many opportunities for learning have been missed because we insisted on talking and talking and talking. Yeah. And sometimes you talk so much, and it goes both ways. I could be sharing something with you, and I could talk and tell you so much about it to where I talk you out of it. Oh my gosh. Or you, the person receiving, talk so much, like, well, I don't know, and you know what, I heard about this, and and you just talk your way out of a blessing. And so, you know, that helps understanding, like, okay, what is it that I'm sharing, and how is it that I'm receiving the information? And you never know, a blessing could be right under your nose, but because we are always overthinking and talking and thinking so much about it to where we miss out on our opportunity. But it says, listen more and talk less today. See what you learn. See how others respond. When and where do I feel the need to do more talking than listening? How effective am I at drawing out what is fascinating about people? So, I mean, it asks a couple of little questions, but I really thought this was a pretty good book on the topic, because a lot of times we are overthinking about so much stuff, and because everything that we're thinking about, it plays an effect on us. And originally I got this book for a friend. She had a negative thought process about everything, like, it's not going to work out that way, these people don't care about me, I don't have no friends. And it's like, yes you do. Don't say that about yourself, because if you think that about yourself, you're going to believe it is what it is, and then when you speak it out to the world, the universe, it's going to be like, hey, guess what? Wow, you ain't got no friends. Guess what? Boom. Don't nobody like you. And then you be like, oh my gosh, I'm so beat up. Oh my gosh, nobody, because that's what you put. But then once you start believing in yourself differently, no, I'm an awesome person, and people gravitate to me. Man, I have a lot of friends. A lot of people inquire about who I am and what I do. Like, then you start really believing that, and the next thing you know, you speak it out to the universe, and guess what? Hey, ping, ping, ping. Hey, what you doing? Hey, I haven't heard from you in a while. Hey, what you been up to? Hey, I see you be going on all of these trips. Hey, I see that you on the phone, you doing meetings. What's going on? Like, when you least expect it, abundance come, because that's what you feel to believe, and it happens. And so we have to get out of the funk. We have to do whatever is necessary for us to be able to think better about ourselves and feel better about ourselves. And again, it's all about, you know, identifying, hey, I feel some type of way. Now that I know I feel some type of way, what are the tools, what are the steps that I need to take to be able to not feel this way anymore? Do I need to, you know, forgive myself? Do I need to forgive someone else? Do I need to stop doing something? Do I need to create boundaries here? Like, you have to identify this on your own, on yourself, because at the end of the day, you are the master to your ship. You direct it and guide your ship however and wherever you want to go. So just because we have a life and we're bound to certain things, like being on time for our jobs, I think that's really the only bound that we have in life is if we allow a job to tell us when and where we gotta be. And if you have kids, like, okay, you are bound to this responsibility, but everything else you can really kind of control. You can control your kids. You can control how you want to be treated by other people. Only thing we gotta be like, okay, this little job right here, I'll give you these little 8 hours, but when it's time to go, it's time to go. And if the 9 to 5 is not your thing, then you know what? If you do have a 9 to 5, work that 9 to 5, leave work, go home and work on your exit strategy to where that 9 to 5 is just a stepping stone. So again, we are the master of our own. We can control how we want it to be. We can control when we want it to be. We're not bound to nobody. At the end of the day, we were all born separately. We were born alone. We were born by ourselves. And when it's time to transition, hey, my cousin is on. Welcome to We Love LA. Once it's time for us to transition into the next life, guess what? I'm going to transition by myself, and everybody is going to transition on their own. But at the end of the day, when it's time for that transition, don't be that person thinking about, damn, I regret the things that I did not do. Don't regret the things that you didn't get a chance to do. That's why you are the master. And you have to start controlling what you want to do. You know? And if people are mad at you because you decided to do what was best for you, then those are the people who they haven't forgiven themselves yet. And they haven't understand that they are their own master. And so just wanted to share a little bit of uplifting wisdom for everybody to identify that, you know, this whole social dilemma is a real dilemma. Hey, Brandy, my other cousin, look who is all joining in. Welcome to We Love LA. We are live every Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. So, but yes, we have to be, you know, aware of our situation. Do what we have to do that is necessary for us to feel good. Sometimes you got to turn that phone off. Turn it off. So what? Turn off the phone. Watch a movie. Go take a drive. Whatever you need that makes you happy, do it. And don't worry about what other people think. Don't worry about what people are going to say about you. Don't worry that people looking at you weird because you in your car dancing all crazy. So what? I'm having a ball. And if you mad that I'm having a ball, then that's your problem. So one of my favorite lines that the CEO and chairman of the company that I represent, his name is John Kim, and he always say this thing because he's Korean and his English is not that great, because you be sitting there like, what did he say? I don't know. He was like, you don't understand the words coming out of my mouth, you don't understand me, then that's your problem. And I sat there and I almost got mad, and I was like, well, wait a minute, he can understand me, I can't understand him. That is my problem. So let me listen in, because he's got the golden nuggets and the golden words for me to be where he is, you know, be where he is at. And so, yeah. And another funny one, I'm a big movie buff, so I love movies. Now this movie is super horrible, but it's hella funny. It's called Freddy Got Fingered with Tom Green and was she in it? Drew Barrymore and some other people, some other famous people from like the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s. And so Tom Green, he was in the movie, basically he loved to draw comics and draw cartoons, and that was his passion. That's what he loved. In this movie, it goes right along with what I'm sharing, so I know it probably sounds like a rant, but basically he loved to doodle and draw these cartoons, and it was like a family of zebras or something, and his dad used to like give him hell, like, what are you doing, and like cursing him out. You drawing them stupid cartoons that ain't gonna make you no money, da 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 da. You didn't get a job. And he had a job working at a cheese sandwich factory. It was just basically some bread going across the assembly line, and he's opening up the bread, and you put a slice of cheese in it, put the bread on top, and that was his job. But he hated it. He hated that job with a passion, and all he wanted to do was get his cartoon to Hollywood. And so everything that this guy did, he just, like, his dad was like, no, stupid. He loved to skateboard, so he built the skateboard ramp. This is stupid. Ha! You know, he just tore everything up, and everything that he did. And his dad just kept him down and kept him down, even to the point where he was dating this girl in the wheelchair, and he lied to his dad, said he had a job interview and he wanted to borrow his suit. And he was like, yeah, you can borrow. My son's going on a job interview, but really was going on a date with this girl in the wheelchair. So the dad taking the mom out on this date, and the dad sees the girl in the wheelchair, and he ends up saying something to her. And I know this is super horrible, but my sense of humor is very different. But the dad said something about, he said, oh, you dating a cripple. And the girl said, you got a problem with my legs? And the dad said, no, you got a problem with your legs. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is so horrible. But it was funny. It's horrible, but it was funny. It's just a movie. So, but anyways, that's how horrible this dad was. He just put everybody down. He put everybody down. But it was still the fact that all of the things that he said, he still kept his, he kept his motivation up. Like, I'm going to be this cartoonist. I'm going to get my cartoon to Hollywood. I don't care. This is my girlfriend, and she is the best thing for me. And he stood up to all of the negative stuff. And so I shared that movie to say, because he did get his movie to Hollywood, and it made him a lot of money. And his dad was like, oh my gosh, like, I would have never thought your stupid cartoon would make all of this money. But the fact that he never gave up, the fact that he didn't allow that negative energy to make him believe that he wasn't worth anything. And that's something we need to do more of. And sometimes, it's the people that are the closest to us that keeps us suppressed. So if you need to take a little adios, do that. If you need to just separate yourself for a while, do that. Turn off the phone, read books, start a hobby, work out, do something to where you're not always being surrounded by the things that doesn't make you feel good. And so with all of that, I bring this talk to an end. I hope everybody who had joined in tonight was able to grab some type of a golden nugget to feel better. A lot of people are not able to do a whole lot right now, so there's a lot of free stuff that we can do. Let's bring out the board games and let's just start having fun again. So, let's make it happen. So everybody, have a blessed and good night. Let the universe take you to all of the wonders of the world and allow you to be the best person that you can be. Have a good night.